What's up, new house? Rock out with your lockout. How you guys doing? What's up, brothers? Hope you're all having a good day, good weekend, all that stuff. You know how it is. I'm just here to play with some cuffs and celebrate some shit. So, some ish. I'm not allowed to swear in the first 7 minutes or something like that. That's how it goes. How's everyone's night going? What's up? I have. Let me pull this back real quick. A bag of handcuffs here. And that's all the crap I've used to get out of handcuffs down there. I actually had a member. I have members. I've got a couple members. Request to see my handcuff collection. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to talk about the handcuffs I have. And if we're going to talk about the handcuffs that I have, I got to start out with the very first couple pairs I got right here. These are courtesy of a lockpicker, handcuff escape artist, pyromaniac, knife enthusiast, and current, I don't know what to call him, like radio operator? I don't know. He's got another fucking hobby. Dude can do anything. Not Too Dead. That's how Shacklemen got started. He and I were talking about doing it, and he was kind enough to send me a couple pairs of cuffs. So the very first 2 pairs of cuffs I got were this pair of 750C Peerless, which, if you notice, there's no post. You can see right through there, because I cranked that bitch so hard, I blew the posts out. And then the other pair he sent me, that was from Southern Specialties, was one of their early engraved jobs. He's gotten a lot better at doing this, but I love this anyway. So there's the Not Too Dead, there's an American flag, you got Still Kicking, my favorite. I love that name for him. But if you notice, I blew a post out on that. So I was rough on these too. Although, in my defense, the post is still in there on that side. So, yeah, ham radio, but I mean, like, I don't know what, like, he's into GRMS and ham radio and CB, like, the whole, like, umbrella of radio operation. So, like, I'm sure there's a name for it, or yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, like, I gotta learn it, man. It's not anything I'm gonna ever be able to get into. I can't keep up with that equipment, but I find it fascinating. So, like, W3OY Ray and my vet Stu are both ham radio operators. I find that stuff fascinating, and then Dead getting into this hobby is pretty cool, because he's dragging out more people that know about, this kind of thing and things like that. So it's fun to see happen. So hold on a second. I gotta toast. And then we're gonna get into some cuffs. So those were my first 2 pairs. If I'm showing you, these were the 700Cs, 750Cs. He got me these from Handcuff Warehouse. He got me these from Southern Specialties. So since I got the 700s, I got to replace these. I have not got another pair, but I've got multiple pairs of the 700s. So let's take a quick look at those. I've gotten these from Handcuff Warehouse, engraved with the great Studini. I've gotten these from Southern Specialties, engraved with the Shacklemen logo. 700Cs as well, Peerless. And I've gotten these from Handcuff Warehouse. Oh no, I got these from Southern. He did Shacklemen Cuff Club on one arm and C Studio on the other arm. And I told him not to worry about any logos or anything like that, because I like each pair to be different. Not Too Dead had gotten, was the first to kind of get that on a bow or the arm, and I think he had the logo, so I didn't want to copy him totally, but I did tell him I was getting that, and that was a great idea. So after that, in terms of my cuff collection, Southpaw Pete, I think I said hi, or I responded to you, but Greyhound, what's up? Southpaw, love you, brother. Nola, how you doing? Sorry, just checking the chat now. Newhouse, what's up? I think we already talked. So after that, kind of think really, or in line with that, you kind of get into your Chicago cuffs. So I got a pair of X55s here. And you'll notice the difference on the keyway. You got a little horizontal keyway here on the Peerless style. And then most of your other things, you're going to run into that vertical keyway on the Chicagos here. They're pretty comparable. These aren't as easy to pick or side shim with the paper clip. So maybe they're slightly harder. This is a pair, basically the same thing, but they're aluminum. And they're in a nice black, so also by Chicago. Another pair I have. See if we'll see if Stu makes it up for coffee with Stu tomorrow. Like I started a live at midnight. I'm supposed to be doing a live at 7 a.m. So I've only missed it one time, but I have missed it one time. So that's both good and bad, however you look at it. Cheers to y'all. I'm also here, like, honestly, I'm celebrating. Just today I passed 15K. So it's kind of been a crazy little rocket ride to get me up to there. It slowed down a little bit. Today was a little grind out to kind of hit that last little milestone at 15. So I'm pretty happy about that. Part of why I'm celebrating and why I'm on the live. Newhouse, thank you very much, man. Greyhound, yeah, Chicago. I feel they're like I said, they're comparable to Peerless. So you can either start with Peerless, or if you started with Chicago, then you don't need to move to Peerless necessarily. Then kind of move up to Smith and Wesson. From what I found, I got to get more Smith and Wesson. They feel like they're a tighter tolerance, and as such, let's talk about that. So that's two main brands here in America that you're getting: Peerless and Chicago. And then you might get into some Smith & Wessons. These are from the Model 100s. These are from Southern Specialties, because you can tell because of the logo. And they are a far tighter tolerance in shimming. I haven't side shimmed them. They're far tighter on the pick. They're a little bit tighter on the double lock pick. That to me, that's weird. That's not the thing that improves across the brands as much as the double lock. The pick does get harder though. So that's their Smith & Wesson's Model 100s. This is the only Smith & Wesson pair I have. I gotta branch into those some more. So again, if you guys know of Coxey's picks or Deadlocks or Not Too Dead, those are three guys that have way better cuff collections than I do. If you want to kind of check out more stuff, probably see it on their channel, but I'm just kind of going through my pile right now. And then we'll go the other end, the Super Easies, the ASP Sentries, These are the joke. These are the ones that I'm busting with condom wrappers and zigzag wrappers and just whatever you stick in here, man. Like just opens this thing. It's ridiculous. 50 thousandths. Yep, that's fine. It's just probably get a 60 thousandths in there to shim. It's got just an easy double lock. It's hold to both sides for the double lock and the key lock, but each side of the key lock, there's two different sides. So there's two different paths to pop in the double lock and the key lock. So no matter which way it's on, holes up, holes down, holes are always both ways. They sound like that because they're kind of an alloy or aluminum or whatever the hell. But I mean, that happens in cuffs. These are aluminum. The Peerless 730s are aluminum. Not Too Dead has a pair. They're used by like the Secret Service. They're just lightweight. Until you beat them up, they're fine. Let me take a quick look. Ray, is Ray here? Ray's supposed to be in bed. Oh, don't tell Ray I'm up, man. Because if I'm not performing tomorrow, he'll yell at me. And he'll be like, well, you were on a live last night. Dirty Diana. It's Dirty Diana. Oh, Jesus Christ. Lock Dude, what's up, brother? How you doing? Stafa? How are you? Yeah, like always with consent though. Don't use handcuffs without consent if you're involving other people. That's just a rule. Yeah, like the video, man. I appreciate that, Pete. I don't think of that all that much. But it's good to get reminded, and it does help. Like it, subscribe, blah blah blah. Become a member. I only got a few members, but I appreciate the ones I have. Like I said, I had a member ask, in the title, member asked me to show my cuff collection. So I figured, why not? I only have a few members. It's easy to cater to their wishes. I will go ahead and do so. I am going to have to take a drink of that beverage, though. Diddy Party Supplies. No, there's no lube here. At least not within reach. So the next cuffs, really in my journey. Well, honestly, the next cuffs in my journey would have to be the TCH 850 folding rigid. Because when we started the Shacklemen Cuff Club, and Not Too Dead, we were able to rope in a Guinness World Record holder escape artist, and then he decided to start sending these cuffs around and challenging a bunch of us to some challenges of escaping with these cuffs. And they're just really freaking cool, man. They're, like I said, they're folding rigid. It's got a little locking mechanism there if you want to unfold them. They're pretty decent cuff in terms of tolerances. The weird thing for me is one side of this has way, way tighter tolerances than the other side of this. So if you see me doing an escape in a video on one side, pay attention to whether it's the right or the left, because I just might have had to like go with the easy side sometimes. But I love those cuffs. That's another pair that's on my pile. That's a little cuff key tool. I recommend these if you're doing any cuff escapes and things like that, because it's so easy to, get yourself out of stuff as opposed to trying to reach over and do that with a key. It just makes life a lot easier. I've got a couple types. There's a Stu 2 Locks one. So, talking about journey of cuffs, and then you can kind of get into your hinge cuffs. This is the Chicago, I forget the model number, Chicago hinge, basic Chicago hinge, and these are the Peerless 802C. The 2 means it's black. If it was stainless, it would be the 801. This is the cuffs used by my local police officers. So I made sure to get these from Handcuff Warehouse. And when you get the black with an engraving, it really stands out. So, of course, I had to go with the Great Studini. In terms of Peerless, going from like the 700s and 750s to these, it's a much tighter tolerance in the keyway. It seems to be about this. Well, it's slightly tighter, maybe on the paper clip and the shim, but it definitely is a tighter tolerance or stronger spring involved in these, as well as adding the hinge. So it's a good add or a good step up into your progression, your learning, if you're doing handcuff escapes. And get it in the black. I don't think it was maybe $2 more, maybe nothing more. It just looks slick. Although as you're going, it's going to start showing as you're chewing up the keyway from picking and things like that. So if that matters to you, get the stainless steel. And like I said, here's the Chicago hinged. It's a good pair of cuffs. They're probably about the same in terms of the keyway and everything as the X55s. Nice thing about Chicago's is they tend to be, whether you're doing the chain, the hinge, the leg irons, anything like that, it's going to be your cheaper option. So you can really kind of stock up on a handcuff collection at the beginning with the Chicago brand. And then one day we got that Stu 2 Locks engraving. Like I said, I'd like to mix it up. They give free engraving. What am I going to do? Not get something engraved on there? Come on. All right. So we'll switch it up. And Chicago makes some replica stuff. This is a pair of adjustable Darbys that I have. You can get out of them by pulling that thing out or getting in there and levering that down. Key works by, as it screws on, it pulls the mechanism down, releases the lever, and lets that open. Very fun pair of cuffs. They're really cool. I think it's just that old school kind of like, style kind of thing, which when it looks old and antique, it's awesome. This is a pair of Lady Darbys that Coxey's Picks sent me. Got one key. Definitely old. There's a 33 stamped on them and a 33 stamped on the key, so it's definitely supposed to be matched up. They're pretty sweet. So you just screw the key on. You can release that. When the key's screwed off on the adjustables, you can still latch it. So makes it easier to latch it and try to pick it and not have to try to remove a key or anything like that. Coxey's Picks also sent me this pair of toy Darby's Scotland Yard patent. I don't know how old they are, but they're a kid's toy. It has a little button, gesture presses it. However, you can still pick them by going in through the back, pulling the mechanism, and releasing it. So even though it's easy, you can make it a little bit harder. And weirdly, my wrists are small enough to, well, I gotta get it the right way, but oh no, I've had these on my wrist. How do I do it? Well, whatever. I have had them on my wrist. I had a video. So, like I said, those last two pairs were courtesy of Coxey's Picks. He's awesome. Pretty much my mentor in the handcuff world. Doc D. Miller. Not all of them are. Told you toys. That's one pair that's toys. Yeah, Total Tech. Oh, you're a troll. All right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you screwballs. Hit the like button. Come on. Cheers to you. All right. What other cuffs do I have? That's where I gotta go. I've got the Bangle 8s, which do not come with a Master Lock 130, but it fits. And it's a little more convenient to use than this shooty Chinese lock that came with it. I like to use a little bit thicker shackle. It's mostly about the bend. You can put thicker shackles on each one, but swooping it around to get it on two makes it harder. So you can put one shackle on each and connect a chain between the two. So you can do a lot of different things with these cuffs. I think I like these. These are, I think, are Chicago replica. You can get them on Handcuff Warehouse for under $40. They're pretty awesome, and they're just a nice little cuff, nice little ad. As well, we've got. I am an escape artist, yes. I wish I was just a collector because I would probably have more cuffs. I'm trying to be a collector. This is a pair of H&R Super Styles. The keyway is in the post. It is. I've managed to pick it. I'm not good at it. It's like luck. I can pick off the double lock, and then you can get. So if you can see right there, there's the wheel. And underneath the wheel is the lock that stops the wheel from moving. So there's the axle for the wheel. If it's not double locked and you get down through there in front of the axle, you can push that down to release it. So there's nice little bypass. And personally, I just love how these cuffs look. I want to get the there's a transport set where you have these on the wrists and then a chain going down to ankle cuffs that have, I think, a 3-pin or 4-pin lock on each of them. So that's kind of one of my next gets that I'm looking forward to. And then I don't have a whole lot of cuffs. Like I said, there's people on here that have a lot more than me. Not Too Dead, Deadlocks, Coxie's Picks, of course. Those are the guys if you want to see a lot of cuffs. I'm just kind of trying to show off what I got, like I said, by request. Then you have the X22s by Chicago. They're a split pawl. You see that line in between there. There's a ward, a groove that goes down in. So if I want to get in there and shim it, I have to have a split in whatever I'm using to be able to get past the warding into the two shims. And the way I figured out to get out of these, well, Ray figured out an awesome way, which was tensioning this and with a wrench on your wrist and going back and forth between the two pawls and picking them individually to release it. And because he did that, he kind of like sparked my brain into thinking about taking a paper clip and shimming one of the pawls and then picking the other one to get out. So it's just kind of one of those, Shacklemen, Handcuff, escape artist people come up with something, inspires another thing. So these are pretty tough. The worst thing about these is if I don't put them in a different place where all the other cuffs are, I'll put them on and think they're a regular pair of cuffs, and then I'll screw myself because I won't realize I'm picking a more high security pair. Yeah. And if you'll give me a moment, it takes me down to the last couple things. Uh-oh. I need that. So I have two pairs of thumb cuffs as well. I have the Chicago pair with the Shacklemen logo on there, which I really like these. There's a lot of fun. Highly recommend. I have a Yule pair with the Shacklemen logo on there, both from Southern Specialties. They just supply them, they don't make them. That I have played with too much and broke. So I guess that side actually still works. I've got to order more of these. But yeah, they're pretty nasty. The one nasty thing about these is I have not been able to shim them. I can side shim them. I can't shim them. And then that'll take me down to my last couple pairs. I've got the Chicago leg irons. Of course, we got Stu 2 locks on there, which are probably mostly like the Chicago. I think they might be 1,000 or 1,200. Easier than the X55. It's a pretty easy keyway to work with. Nice chain, good size. They're I guess they're well easy. If they don't, other people do. Where you have a boot size cuff that's even bigger than that. But this is pretty big. I can put both my wrists into this cuff and lock it and do an escape. So that makes this a lot of fun. On top of the other things we can do with it. And then I think I'm at the end of the rope. With my collection with these, which these are basically the X55 and the leg irons, the 2200s I just showed you, and they're connected on chain. These are transport cuffs, and they're a lot of fun. And these ones we've got open is open, off is off. And open is open, off is off. That's the motto of the Shacklemen right there. Oh, why do when I look down, Diana's talking? That's just... hardest cuffs to get out of. I'm not that good yet. I don't have them yet. There's some high security cuffs with like Medico locks. There's supposedly the Australian pair of cuffs. The safety lock, I think, is really hard. Part of that might be because it's really hard to get and people haven't spread around how to beat it. You know. What's up, Pete? Thank you, brother. Just showing off the wares. We're talking. Like I said, we're also celebrating. If you don't mind, I have to celebrate real quick. I'm going to say cheers. As I said, popped over 15K today. I know it's weird. It's weird when you say that to like people outside of lock sport knowledge because our numbers are really small. We're a very niche community and things like that. So like we have to be excited about smaller milestones. But even within that, it's what? Live chat cut out? No, locked you. We bounced you. You were getting unruly. No, can anybody is the chat going? Oh yeah, no. Greyhound said nope. That's just a lock dude thing. Way to screw it up, dude. Sorry. Lock dude's my buddy. Don't think I'm messing with anybody that's not a friend. I just mailed him shit today, so he can't get mad at all. Well, he can get mad. He's got the right. Mohammed Putra Azik, you're here. You've been here for 5 years? That's awesome, dude. I've only been going for like 31 minutes. How did you know? Rock out. What's up, brother? I did. Well, you saw. I entered your 100. Rock out. Jumped into the Lock Sport community. Hit the 100 subs, and he's got a giveaway going on. So it's Rock Out 100 with the hashtag, and you got to tag him. And he wants you to pick a lock and talk about what got you into lock sport and lock picking. So that's the rock out with your lockout challenge going on right now, people. So if you're a lock picker, get in that. Personally, I've got 3 challenges, giveaways going on the Mitten Made Lock Sport. We've got the Rockjaw Lock Shawl going on. That's going to be till January 10th. On mine, I've got my 6K giveaway going on, which the Beyond the Locks is going on till January 7th. And then I've got the 10K plus challenge going on, Rake the Whale. That will end on the birthday live that I'll be doing with Nico from Wanderlust, I can't remember, like records, on January 30th and 31st, or, at the peak of that, or the mix of that. So, yeah. And then other people got stuff going on, too. I think Doc McInnes still got her 420 going on. Maybe, I don't think she called it yet. And Nick Vitt had one going on. I got to start collecting these on a list before I do a live. Hold on, sorry, I'm taking off my jacket. Oh, rock out, man. Of course. We're all about giving love and, promoting and sharing and, getting people moving. So, and, dude, I remember hitting 100. It wasn't, doesn't matter what number I'm at, man. Every time I hit another 100 or anything like that, dude, you feel it. So, that's awesome. I really appreciate that other people are moving up. Especially you just like you showed up 3 days ago or something like that, and so you're climbing, brother. So yeah, that was that's my pile of collection. Beneath it was all I started out. I had all this stuff I kind of used beneath it to get out of handcuffs. I do. It's not all set up, but I do tend to keep this set. I carry around with me or have anything I'm taking anywhere. And it's for locks and that I'm using for escapes, and then all the escape stuff that I want. I got a bunch of tools that I've pulled out and are kind of laying around my desk, but carry that around with me. And then now I carry the Southern Specialties EDC wallet case that always has this nice little pocket full of shims and tools, as well as not that one, it's that one. This little set here with some shims, a nice little mini Bogota that I'm filing down to hit locks really well. These small picks in the back that all do really well on handcuffs. Knife tool, so I got straight, pointy, pokey, and swoop style picking capability. And we've got the OSS pick set from Southern Specialties that does well with handcuffs. All of them actually do well with handcuffs, but I've ordered one of these with different pick sets. So, and then the handle has a little saw blade for zip ties and things like that. Still adjusting what I carry in the leather cases, but I do have a third leather case in there. All of my Bogota picks are regular size. And some turners. So anyway, that's my handcuff collection. Like I said, I had a member request that I show the handcuffs I had. I've been sitting around all day waiting to jump on here and say hello as soon as I pass that 15K. And I wanted to see what you all are up to. What are you guys up to? Harry Studini? I'm not that hairy. Like, it's like, if you see me with the beard, it's totally a lie. Like, it's only in the last couple of years my face has even done that. It's all like a Brillo pad kind of beard. I gotta grow it way out to even fill in. It's really sparse and scraggly. Um, it's in fact, yeah. Let's swap. We'll do a swap for a minute. All right. See what I'm saying? Look at that. It's sad. But I've never grown facial hair my whole life until I got like almost 50, and now after 51, I got a little bit, but I gotta like let it get all unkempt to even look like it's a beard. So that's what I'm doing. And then it's this weird, there's a little bit of blonde, a little bit of brown, definitely a bunch of like white, and then some weird white and gray. I don't know. I don't know what it's doing. It's weird. Anyway, that's me and my beard. I do look like a Duck Dynasty reject. Absolutely. In fact, that's my favorite comment of the night. But I gotta jump off now because I gotta go to bed. Ray has reminded me that I have to rest and sleep for my live in the morning. So I'm going to hit end, and then I'm going to immediately lay on the floor and sleep. Lie. And then I'm gonna see you guys all in the morning. Love you. Thank you very much for showing up. Appreciate it. You guys have a great night.